Hope you can see my screen. So as per the last two classes, what we have learned, just a basic idea of what is data. On top of that, how we can visualize the data. Maybe it's a relational database, it's non-relational database. Then we learn on top of relational database, how we can normalize the table. Okay. So, no, we'll be not using normalized table during our courses all the time, but while doing the business intelligence chapters, especially the storing the data from dimension and fact format and all. So when we'll be learning those stuffs, we have to store the data in normalized form. Okay. So normalized thing will be, I'll be repeating the thing once more time during our classes and all when we need that and when we need not that. But today we'll be starting the SQL stuff. SQL means structured query language. The first day we have told SQL. So it's required for the relational database only to traverse the data, to create the tables and all. As we told that table is the basic unit of database. So we are storing our information in a form of tables. There should be columns, rows, and we are inserting the data over there. So that's why SQL is required for that particular uh, relational database traversing process. Okay, so let me just maximize the screen. Yeah, so structured query language, we can segregate the entire language in five section over here, uh, based on what kind of operation we are doing on top of any database objects. Okay, just like database objects mean the unit database that I told, table is one of the basics and one of the main database objects, and it's the most important one, no doubt. But on top of table, we can do multiples other objects creation as well. But as of now, we can consider only table as an object over here. After learning of the table stuffs, we can quickly move some other database objects, just like views, materialized views, store procedures. Those are a bit advanced. So based on table, we just need to create that thing. So that's why let's learn on top of table first. So on top of table, we can do this many operation. Each of the operation is being done by each sets of language. Okay, I found someone new joined. So good evening. So if there is any stuck point or anything, then you can quickly stop me and ask me questions. Okay, so it's totally very basic things. For the SQL stuffs, this is the first day for SQL, and it's very important for each and every data engineers because SQL is the main building blocks. Okay, so you have to learn SQL, but gradually when you will be experienced much more for each and every aspects of data. But SQL, you need to learn SQL at least, maybe in basic or it should be in advanced level. But it's one of the most important steps. Okay, so SQL can be categorized in five different ways. First one is called DDL, that is data definition language. We are using this kind of statement, and DDL means we are creating the table, anything related to table structure. Okay, we can use the DDL. Table structure means we can create the table, we can delete that particular table. After creation of the table is existing in the database. So after creation of the table, any kind of modification is required. If any kind of modification is required, then we can use alter statement. Okay, I'll be going through each of them with some more details and all. So that is called DDL. DML is okay. I'll be coming. What is DML and all? So today we'll be learning DDL and DML. After that, we'll be covering DQL. It's one of the also important steps. After that, we will be covering DCL and TCL. Okay, so let's cover DDL and DML. What is DDL and what is DML? Okay, so DDL that I mentioned, it's data definition language. So especially any language or any query related to tabular structure, that table structure, maybe we are creating a table structure, maybe we are dropping a table structure, maybe we are truncating a table structure, maybe we are altering a table structure. Altering means, suppose I'm adding a new column. Okay, column is a tabular structures thing. So that can be done by alter table. Suppose I'm just uh, dropping some column. Suppose I'm adding some primary key constraint. What is constraint? I'll be quickly coming into the next slides. I'm changing the data type of a particular column. So that should be required by alter statement. So those are the main four statements for DDL. Okay. We'll be just going through one by one during our hands-on. Just give me a second. Yes. Yeah. The next topic is, yeah, just quickly, I mean, I'll be just going through this topic, then I'll be going to the hands-on part. So three things, those are very important before doing any kind of DDL. Okay. So what are the three things? Data type of the column length, and constraint. I mentioned constraint few times back. So what is data type? Data type, I think, I just, as per the introduction, I mean, most of you, should be having knowledge from any of the programming languages. I'm assuming so. So data type, I think you can assume what is data type. Suppose I'm declaring a column in a particular table. Okay. In that particular column, what kind of data can be stored? Suppose a table is there. It should be a product table. So product ID is there. ID can be integer in nature. That is fine. Then product product price is there. Okay. So price thing cannot be string character. String means it should not be character things. A B C D, this kind of alphabetically things should be there. Price should be always either integer or float data type. Integer means there should not be any decimal point. It should be only numeric without any decimal point, and float should be having decimal point. Okay, so those are, integer data type means totally numeric without having decimal. Float should be having some decimal point. Varchar should be string data type. There is another one that is called date data type. It should be containing the date, or date time, this kind of stuffs. But why data type is required? So while declaring a tabular structure, we are declaring the columns. So each column each column we need to think about what column will be consisting of what kind of data. Okay, just like I told, the price cannot be containing any varchar kind of data. Price should be numerics only. It can be integer or float, anything, but not varchar. Product name. Product name cannot be integer and float. Suppose product name, it's a shampoo. Okay, so shampoo cannot be integer. Shampoo is a varchar. So while creating the table, we need to think of that what columns we are creating, and the particular column will be storing which kind of data, whether it's a string, whether it's integer, whether it's float. Okay, whether it's date. I'll be coming one by one. For date, maybe there is another section for date. Okay, so that is called data type, and we need to maintain the proper data type while declaring the table structure. Okay, the column length, we need to declare the column length too. So the maximum length we need to declare. As per the assumption of the data, we can declare some maximum length with the data type that that should be the maximum thing the particular column can store. So we need to mention the size as well. Size of the column, that is called column length. Okay. And there is another aspect, and it's very important as well, constraint. So while declaring a tabular columns rather, the particular column should be, I mean, we can impose some constraint on top of each and individual column. Suppose one of the constraint is called null or not null. By default, the column should be having null properties. If we just put not null over there, means the column cannot store not null data type. Okay. I'm sorry for that. Not null is not a data type. Not null is a constraint. So if we just put not null for a column, means the column cannot be nullable. So the column must be having a data. How we can define, just like a primary key, we have a in product table we might be have a product ID. Okay. So product ID must be having a data for a particular record because it's a row identifier. Okay. So that should be always not null. Maybe there is product ID, product name, product brand name, maybe some other extra description as well. So those extra description column we can put it as blank. So this null value is allowable, but the main columns which will be identifying a particular rows, okay, that cannot be nullable. So this kind of constraint we can impose while creation of the table. So that if I'm inserting the data inside the table and I just keep blank of a particular column, then it should be throwing me an error because I have declared the column as not nullable, but I'm inserting a blank record or null record there. So a error will be thrown there. Okay, similar kind of, there are lots of constraint available, unique, that cannot be duplicated in nature. We can impose primary key constraint, that particular column should be primary key for that table. We can impose foreign key constraint, so that a particular key should be foreign key, particular column should be foreign key. So this kind of constraint we can impose at the beginning of the table creation. Okay. And these three things we can mention. Constraint is not a mandatory steps. We can put constraint for a particular columns. We cannot put as per our requirement. But the data type and column length we must have to put while declaring the particular columns. Okay. Any doubt from anyone? Maybe Raghu, it's repetitive for you. I think you are already aware this kind of stuffs. Pratyusha too. Um, Harish, Vamsi, Aishwarya, if there is any stuck point, kindly tell me. If you are already experienced in SQL, I think there will be no stuck point. It should be very much basic for a few days class. Okay, I think everything is fine from your side. Let me open MySQL. Okay, so this is the workbench. That means the UI to access the backend database of MySQL. Okay. So I think you have installed it. I have pasted the link yesterday over there for your practice purpose because this is a open source database with very light version as well as there is no cost involvement within it because it's a open source uh, free software. Okay, so we can work on top of this UI with several manners. Let me show you. Let's create a database over here for your training purpose. So I created this one, Tetra training. We will be doing our tables. We will be creating our tables over here, only this schema or this database, not only other. But how to create a database? We can right click over here and create a database. Just like create schema. Okay. Suppose I'm creating a schema. Create the schema name that you can put test 1, 2, 3, apply. Okay. In backend, they'll be firing this query. Create schema, schema name. Create is the keyword, schema is the keyword, and schema name. What schema name I want to create? Then apply it. You can see test123 database has been created. So this is the main advantage of the UI, but especially we need to know the coding part as well, because not sure which kind of database you will be working in your project. Maybe somebody joins yesterday. He was also telling that why we are not using Microsoft SQL Server. So use Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. But if we learn the normal coding functionality, then I think it's 90 or 95% similar with the coding structure itself. But some of the inbuilt function for each of the database is different, but the functionality is same. If you know the functionality, what kind of operation you can do by the SQL steps, then it's very easy to find what kind of changes we should be doing for a different database. There are lots of database available in the market that I mentioned yesterday. So not sure which kind of database you are going to be work in your future. But if you learn the SQL, the basic query syntax is same. Just a few modification needs to be done based on the new coding. I mean, maybe some new inbuilt function for the database and all. Okay. So just like I have create the database over here, I can create the database over here too. Create schema name. And if I fire this one, if I can execute that particular thing over here, then the database should be also be created. Okay, just like test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you can see another database has been created. Okay, so this is the way how to create the database. I mean, put the command over here, select the command, and this is the execute button. Whoever is using the tool, just do that thing. Then the query will be fired, and this is called query. Okay, this is the SQL command. Okay, so fire this, and the output you can see over there in the the database explorer, or you can also check the output. Just click on there, you can see the log as well. Just like I have fired, I think this one, create schema, this one row is affected. Okay, if any error, if there is any error, then they will be showing these things over here too. Okay, just removing these windows because we have a bigger windows over here, that's why. Okay, so one or two more important aspects before we go to the DDL statement. SQL query should be case insensitive. So it will not check whether it's a capital, for the keyword specifically, not for the data. So suppose I'm doing in this manner, C in cap, CREATE. So this kind of stuff, there will be no issue because it's case insensitive. Just like Raghu, I think you told that you have learned Python and all. So I think you are quite aware of how Python is case sensitive, and even we need to maintain the indentation and every aspects over there. Each of the functions name itself, if we are not putting in the right manner, then it should be also throwing the error. Okay, but over here in SQL, every aspects of the SQL, whatever line will be writing over there, it should be it is not case sensitive. Rather, we can tell it's a case insensitive language. Okay, while pushing the data inside the table, data is then we need to be careful. Suppose I'm a product name, there is different. There are two different product name having some upper cases and lower cases. Okay, then we need to be specific for inserting a data. It's a data, it's not the language that time. So I'm telling about the concept should be just like this. The language is case sensitive. case insensitive. Okay, let's go to this default schema. This is our default schema to learn. Okay, let's drop the new schema. We can right click on there and drop it. Drop schema. Drop now. It can be dropped, or we can also drop by this command drop schema name test 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to these statements one by one. DDL. We'll be creating a table. Okay. We'll be trying to alter the table. Then after that, we'll be truncating and dropping the table. Okay. How to do that? Okay. Create. Okay. What is the syntax? We can also create the table in this manner. Right click, create table over here too. There is option. But let's learn everything by SQL query only as of now. Because each of the user interface should be having its own properties. That's why I was telling. So, but we need to learn the proper SQL query so that we can do this thing for every database. Okay. So what is the command? Create is a keyword create table. What I'll be creating a table. Create is a keyword, table is a keyword. Put the table name. Suppose product table. Okay. Create table, table name, product, open brace, close brace. Put all the column names, their data type and data length over here within this opening brace and close brace. Okay. Suppose product ID should be there for the unique identifier. Okay. I put the column name. This is the first column. Then, okay, let me put the closing brace in something in just like in this manner. So product table, the first column should be product ID within the brace. So what should be the data type of product ID? It can be integer, it can be varchar, anything. So just I'm putting integer over here. For integer, there is a default size that is 4 byte. Okay, so no need to mention any size over here. Integer will automatically take the default size. For varchar, float, this kind of data type specifically, we need to mention some sizes or column lengths. Okay. So this is our first column, product ID. Its data type should be integer. So whatever data should be in product ID column, it should be integer type. Maybe product name, product underscore name. Especially when we will be declaring a column, try at first no need to put any space. Okay, because if we put space in this manner, the first thing is considering the column name. Second thing should be the data type name. So name, it should be considering as a data type. But when I'll be firing this query, there is no such data type called name. So it will be throwing an error. But we can definitely put space in the column, not in this manner. We need to enclose this thing in double quote. Okay, then it should be working with proper manner. But as of now, from the beginning, let's do not try to put any space. If there is any space kind of things required, put underscore. Okay, so this is our second column. Product name, it should be varchar in nature. Okay, and let's define a size. So the length cannot be more than, and the product name, it should not be more than, let's put 20. Okay, what should be the price? Let me put some price column. Okay, price can be floating in nature. Let's declare a float. Maybe uh, 10 comma 2.
Okay, 2 is the decimal places over here. Okay, 2 point decimal places. So this is the thing. As of now, it's fine. We can put a semicolon of each of the SQL syntaxes ending statement. That is fine. We can put, we cannot put. But if we put this thing and we are running multiple queries at a single go, then it should be helpful. Okay. As of now, I'm deleting this thing, just selecting the entire stuffs and hitting this query. It's throw an error. I'll be checking the error. It's for the floating point. There'll be no issue. But the table has been created successfully. Let's check. I'm just expanding the particular database. I'm expanding the tables, refreshing it. Yeah, I can see the product table has been created because the table name is product. If we just click on that in the below section, we can see the data types. I mean the data types as well as the column name. Whatever we have created over here, it's there. How to check the table? Especially it should be in DQL statement, but I'm still showing it to you. It should be a select command. Select star from table name. What is table name? Product. I've created the product table over here. Just I'm selecting the product just to see whether the table has been properly created. I am selecting this thing and I'm executing this thing. You can see the table has been created with these 3 columns. That is product ID, product name, and price. But I haven't inserted any records because we are working only tabular structure till now. I'm not working with any records. That should be coming in DML section. Okay. So any doubt till now? We have created one table. It's product table. I haven't imposed any constraint till now. We can impose constraint in the last line over here. Just like, okay, we can also put constraint over here. Integer, then we can put not null. That means product ID should be not nullable. It cannot be not nullable. By default, if we do not put not null constraint, by default, every column should be nullable. Okay, we can forget to insert a particular records for product ID. There should not be issue if I do not impose not null constraint there. Okay, I can also create this table in this manner. If I forget to put any constraint, we can add constraint in alter statement too. Okay, suppose I have forget. Yeah, I have already forget to put the constraint over here. We can add this constraint in alter statement. Okay, how to do that? I'll be quickly coming. But just to tell you, in the DDL execution too, we can put not null. We can declare primary key just like in this manner. Primary key. Primary key is the keywords over here. So and declare the primary key. This manner. Product ID. The last statement should be putting, we should not be putting any comma. Here the last statement is this. So we have to put comma over here. And this should be the entire create statement. We can create it. As the product is already been created, I can get an error because the product table already exists. Okay, table product already exists. We can drop the table and recreate the table. There will be no issue. And in advanced level, we'll be learning create or replace table. That means if it is already there, then it will be replacing the table. I'll be learning I'll be telling this thing again. Create or replace. This should not be there for the first class. So I'll be showing this thing later. Or create if not exists. This kind of command we can put later. Okay. So create statement, I hope it's clear for everyone. I'll be going to alter statement. Okay. I hope there is no stuck point. If yes, please tell me. Anything? Okay, I hope no. Cool. Alter statement. When to use alter statement? If we want to alter any tabular structure for product. Let me put these commands over here. No issue. Primary key I haven't imposed it. So let me remove that. This is our original query, how the product has been created. Okay, let me just remove that thing. Let me put an alter statement. So let's add a new column with that product table. I'm not dropping the table. I'm not recreating the table. In the same table, the existing table, I need to alter a column. Okay. I need to add a column. How to do that thing? Alter keyword should be there. Alter table, table name. Okay. Put just like how we can put product table in product table, what we can put. Okay. So we can add a new column. What column I can add? Suppose discount, I can put price is there. Discount we can put. Okay, so discount should be our new column. Then we need to mention the column data type too. Discount should, I can put integer, no issue. Or rather I can put float too, anything. Let's just run it the integer. Alter table product, add discount integer. Add is a keyword, discount is the new column, and I'm also passing the data type of discount column, that is integer, int. It's been successfully executed. Let's refresh it. Yeah, I can see the new column has been introduced, discount. Okay, if I just select this product table, I can see a new column has been introduced. Okay. Now I can modify the data type too. Suppose I want to modify product name. I can drop the discount column by drop column discount. Okay, if I refresh it, you can see discount has been dropped. So in an existing table, we can drop any columns by alter statement too. I can rename the column names. Let me add it. Okay, so it's already there, discount. I can rename the column name just like I think rename from discount to suppose discount percentage. So I'm just doing this name. Rename from should be there. Or rename column, I think. Yes, it has been successfully executed. Let's just refresh the thing. Yeah, you can see discount, the column name has been renamed. Okay, so this is the syntax. Alter table name, rename column discount to discount percentage. Okay, if I run this table now, I can also see, yes, those are the columns available. Okay, now if I just going to add some constraint over here, suppose I want to declare primary key on top of product ID. I can just like alter table name. I can just directly put add primary key. There is two way. We can directly add the primary key. Okay, primary space key. This is the keyword, and within bracket or brace we can directly put Okay. So it's been executed successfully. No error log has been thrown. If I just refresh it, you can see this is a bit bold, and you can see PK has been written over here. That means it's the primary key. We can drop the primary key. It's like drop alter table name, drop primary key. No, do not have to put the primary key name over here. Okay, if I refresh it, you can see it has been removed. We can also do in this manner. Add constraint. Okay, we have to put a constraint name, suppose XYZ. Okay, what kind of constraint is this? It's a primary key. Okay, alter table name, add constraint XYZ. XYZ is the constraint name. What kind of constraint is it? It's a primary key on top of which column? Or we can put multiple columns at a single go to. Just like composite key concept we have told yesterday session. What is composite key? Then we can put multiple columns in comma separated manner. Suppose product ID, comma product name. This kind of stuff. Product ID, or let me put product name too. Okay, if I just refresh it, I can see both of them are primary key. The combination is rather, you can tell it's a primary key. Okay. Okay, but generally product ID should be having the primary key, right? So I'm dropping the primary key again and putting only product as a primary key. Okay, drop constraint over there. We can also put drop constraint. Constraint XYZ. Some issue. XYZ doesn't exist. Okay. I have created a constraint. Okay, I'm just putting drop primary key. Let's see. It should be working. Yeah, not sure. The constraint maybe that time it's not been properly created. But yeah, I have able to successfully drop the primary key constraint from here too. Okay, no PK is written over here. So any doubt from anyone till now? We have created a table, we have altered a table successfully. How we have altered? I have added a new column, I can drop a new column, I can rename a new column, I can modify the data type or the size of that particular column. Okay. So what other things I can do? I can add constraint, I can remove constraint, this kind of stuff you can do one by one. Okay. Moving to the next thing, that is drop. Drop and truncate. Okay, truncate and drop will be just learning later after learning the DML stuffs. Because there is a difference between truncate and drop. I just want to show you the same thing. Let's cover DML first. Okay. So in DML, what is DML? DML is data manipulation language. So when the tabular structure is there, we need to think about the data. So we should have to insert data into it. So insert command should be there to inserting records into the table. So when that data is already there, if we want to manipulate or you want to update some existing records, we need to use update statement. If we want to delete some records, we need to use delete statement. Okay, let's try with insert statement first. Okay, just the concept is just like this. DDL is there for creating tabular structure only. We have entire structure. The table name is there, that is called product, and in this table name we have these 4 columns. What kind of data it should be carried, we have to mention over here, or any kind of constraint we need to mention over here. But by DMLs, we will be pushing data inside tables. Okay, how to do that? Insert into, insert into is the keyword. I'm deleting these stuffs too. Insert is a keyword. Insert into table. Okay. Put the next keyword should be values. Open brace and close brace. We can put particular value over here. If the particular data is integer or float, no need to put quote on top of that data. If that particular data type is varchar in nature, then put quotes and put the data within quotes. Okay. Single quotes is preferable over here. So just like values, product ID can be 1. Let's put some product name. What can I put? Just like pen. Pen is string data type, so you need to put in this manner. Or you can pen. Price. Price can be, suppose let me put 100. Discount percentage. Actually, I will not be doing percentage calculation today. It should be only percentage. Let me update this thing. We can also update this thing over here. Can I rename it? I do not have rename option over here. No, let me rename it from my alter statement. Alter table name, that is product. Rename column. What is the column name? Discount. Okay, so it has been updated. So now I'm inserting records within it. Insert into product table, values. I'm just inserting the first record. So we need to put in order in this manner. If we can also put the column name over here. If we don't want to put all the columns data, then we can specify particular columns over here. Suppose I don't want to insert price or discount. We just want to insert product ID and product name. So put product ID and product name, these 2 columns by comma separated, and in value also just put only these 2 columns. That will be fine. But if my motto is I need to insert all the things, or rather we can just insert whatever I have, and the other things I can put, just pass in this manner 100, this kind of stuffs, then it should also be working. It will be inserting null data only. Okay. So let's do not put as of now. I'll be telling this thing later. Sorry. Backspace. Okay. So the first product ID is 1. Product name is pen. Put 100. And over here, what can be the discount? Let's put 20. It's in rupees amount, not percentage. That's why I have removed percentage. Okay. Let me execute it. Okay, no error. So it's been successfully executed. Okay, let me just put the select query. Select star from product. You can see our first record has been inserted. This is the usefulness of insert command. So the first row has been inserted. Similarly, we can update the thing 2. Instead of pen, what we can put? Knife. Okay. Suppose it's 200 rupees. Discount is 30. Okay. I have executed it. Let me just run it. I can see it's updated properly. Okay. So this is the purpose of the insert command, to insert data into the table. And this is the syntax: insert into table name, values, then the proper order we need to mention the proper value in data. But if we just want to change the order or change the thing, we can specify the column order over here. Suppose product ID and discount, I just want to proceed. I can put the thing over here and only pass product ID and discount. No need to put the other thing. I'll be coming the thing with the thing later. Okay. So this is the insert command. So when the data is there, we can update it. The update command. How to do that? Okay, let me put this thing. No issue. Update table. Suppose I want to update the discount of knife. It should not be 30. There is 60 rupees discount on top of 200. Okay, but maybe somehow the data has been captured wrong, or maybe its data has been recently updated from the source side. So how to do that? Update keyword should be there. Product set discount equal 50. Okay, we can put we have to put a where clause definitely. Why? If I just execute this thing in the product table, all the discount price should be updated to 50. Okay, that's why we need to put a filter. Filtering things we'll be learning deeper in I think it should be in tomorrow's session. But just to let you know how to do that, update product set discount equal 50, where suppose product ID equal to. So I'm just updating the discount equal 50 where the product ID is 2. That means in this row only. It will not be affecting this row. So that is the function of that particular filter. Okay, I have executed it. Let me run it. You can see the discount has been updated to 50, from 30 rupees to 50. Okay. So this is the purpose of update statement. Update product, set keyword should be there. Then particular where clause should be there to control which row we need to be affected. Okay. Its next statement is delete. If we want to delete some records over here from the table, we can put the delete statement. Okay. But be careful for the same kind of update statement as I mentioned. If we do not put any condition, all the things should be affected by this value. Similar kind of stuff should be for delete too. If we do not put what needs to be deleted, okay, delete from keyword should be there. Delete from product. If we do not put where clause, then all the rows should be deleted. Okay, so delete from table. I want to delete this row. That's why I'm just putting this condition where product ID equal to. It's executed. Let me just select it. I can see only the first row is there. There is no second row. Okay, so this is the functionality of delete row. But be careful to put the filtering criteria Otherwise, it will be deleting all the particular records. Okay. Now, okay. So we have covered these three, important DML statements. So how to manipulate the data? Just be careful. DDL is for table structure only. No data related thing should be there in DDL. In DML, no table structure should be involved. Only we can insert, update and delete the records. Okay. Hope there will be no doubt. Now, if you can remember two things I have left over there in DDL statement, that is truncate and drop. Now, what is truncate and what is drop? Truncate and drop is again DDL statement. Truncate will truncate all the records at a single statement or single go. Truncate, what is the syntax? There is a difference between truncate and drop statement. For the drop statement, it will discard or delete entire table itself. Okay, if I truncate the table, it should only truncate the data. It will delete only the data, but the tabular structure should be the same as it was. But if we just execute the drop statement, the entire table should be deleted from the database itself. Okay, we are not able to find it anywhere in the database. Let's truncate the table. Truncate table product. Truncate table is the keyword. Truncate is a keyword. Table is a keyword. The table name. This is it. I have run it. You can see there should not be any record present into the product table. Okay, but if we just put drop statement itself, we cannot find the table anymore. Drop table, table name. This is the keyword for drop statement. It has been executed. Now, if I just try to select it, I am receiving an error message. What is the error code? The particular table Teradata training dot product doesn't exist. Means it is not existing because I have executed the drop statement, and inside the drop statement, it has been dropped from the database. Okay. Any doubt till now from anyone? The DDL and DMLs. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, Nandi.
Okay, okay. If there is any stuck point, please tell me. This should be very basics for most of you as you have quite experience. But for the new persons who are learning, it's quite new. You are different background. Even I heard from someone that they're from some different background. So that should be very much helpful. Even whatever you have learned, that should be also brushing up the things once more time. So learning is good. So that's why you can also learn over here. Okay. So this is the DDLs and DMLs just to learn. So tomorrow onwards we'll be learning the DQL. DQL should be a bit fast. So 2 to 3 days will be required to learn DQL. Okay. Okay then. If everything is fine, let's connect tomorrow. Thanks everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye.